two of us.
There must have been an angel by my side. Something heavenly led me to you.
Crashing in the ocean from way above. Got the music in you, baby, tell me why. Got the music in you, baby, tell me why. You've been wanting me forever and you just can't say goodbye.
Are you good at writing women? Are you? If you think you're so great, here are 3 tests you can take. If you pass at least 2 out of 3 of these tests, you're doing pretty good. 1, the Bechdel test. Somewhere in your story, are there 2 women speaking to each other, not about a man? I was a little surprised to see that 2 out of the 3 Lord of the Rings movies didn't pass. 2, the Mako-Mori test. Does at least one of your female characters have an independent plot arc? This is named because of the movie Pacific Rim, and it's just a good way to check whether women are involved in your plot. 3, the Tariel test from Lord of the Rings. Do you have a female character who's good at her job?
I tried to get the waiter's attention by blinking in Morse code.
Why are you blinking so much?
I've got something in my eye.
Here, let me get it out.
No, thank you. I don't want to die. Bonjour, sir was blinking at me. Is this because your date is a freak? No. Very good then. Bon appetit.
People get so upset when they find out I'm trans femme and look like this. And they're like, you're not putting in effort. Homie, I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to... Sorry, do you expect me to have like lashes, extensions, and everything when I'm about to go to snooze land? To dreamland? And the crazy thing about me being trans, I'm not trying to present as anything. I'm literally just here. I'm just like alive. Is this how I have to... Is this what you guys want? It probably is, you fucking pigs. I'll be honest, the bigger reason is because TikTok won't let me show most of my femme outfits because I'm a slut. Just leave me alone. Buy me makeup, pretty outfits, and laser if you want me to look different. I don't want to hear shit about you wanting me to wear makeup. Unless you're a pretty girl, then you can do my makeup. You can always do my makeup.
I know I'm not that tall. I know I'm not that smart. But let me drive my van into your heart. Let me drive my van into your heart.
If you're on here and you're wondering if you're autistic, I just want to let you know that neurotypical people don't feel the way that you feel about spoons.
Hi, and welcome back to Adam Sandler or Lesbian, where I show you a picture of an outfit and you tell me whether it's Adam Sandler or a lesbian. I took your suggestions and I made it a little bit harder this time, so let's begin. Adam Sandler or lesbian? It's Adam Sandler. Is it Adam Sandler or is it just a lesbian? It's a lesbian. Adam Sandler or lesbian? It's a lesbian! Adam Sandler or a lesbian? It's Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler or a lesbian? Take a wild guess. It's Adam Sandler! Adam Sandler or is it a lesbian? It looks like a lesbian.
Oh, my name is dead name, but my preferred name is Nimble. My name is Nimble, although my legal name is different. Yes, that's Carly. Carly identifies as a trans woman. Oh, Carly's a woman. Oh, that's Nimble. Their preferred pronouns are they, them. Or even better, her preferred pronouns are they, them. Oh, that's Nimble. They use they, them pronouns. Really can just take the phrases like identifies as and preferred and just get it out of our vocabulary when we talk about trans stuff. People just are women, and like our names are just our names. It's not a preference, it's what they are.
Yeah. It's all good, man. We off in the Oakland Hills. Dodging them one time. Check it out. If you got beat.
You know that people in like the Middle East get stoned for having like Bibles, right?
You know that this has literally nothing to do with the original video, right? Two things can be bad at the same time. Like, I can think stubbing my toe is bad and also think that climate change is bad. These aren't mutually exclusive beliefs.
Let me just say something. Here's the thing with misgendering. It's not illegal. It's literally just rude.
Listen, between the two of us, I can't be the one picking up on social cues. The original video doesn't say me and my lawyers after someone misgenders me, in parentheses, we're going to sue them. It says my heart after someone misgenders me. No one's saying that misgendering is illegal, only that it's hurtful. Did we watch two different videos or something?
In order for you to push your agenda on somebody that they have to gender you correctly, that would actually be breaking the First Amendment.
The other kids at school keep saying mean things to me. It really hurts my feelings and I wish they would stop. Wow, son, I can't believe that you would propose a violation of the other kids' freedom of speech. Stop trying to push your I would prefer to not be bullied agenda on the other kids.
You're so privileged in the United States that you're on an app complaining of somebody calling you the wrong pronoun when there are hundreds of other human rights violations.
You know, you're on the same app complaining about someone complaining about getting called the wrong pronouns. If the original video is irrelevant, then your video is exponentially less relevant.
You know, regardless of what you think and how you feel, there are going to be lesbians who identify as men. They're going to exist, even if you don't believe in them. I identify as non-binary. I'm not a girl. If you try including me in womanhood, I'm going to be a little like, hey. But if you try excluding me from the issues of womanhood, I'm going to say, whoa, 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 hold up. I'm impacted by all of this. I might be non-binary, but women's issues absolutely impact me. So there's this tiny little minority of trans men out in the world who are like, yeah, I'm a man, I feel solid in that identity, and I'm still impacted by lesbianism. I feel like, I feel close to lesbians and I feel like I'm one of them. So I identify as both a man and a lesbian. For some reason, you can't wrap your head around that. And that's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna understand everybody's gender identity and sexuality. There's a huge spectrum of that, and you cannot inherently understand everybody. But you can respect them. You can respect them. You don't get it. You don't get how somebody can be born in a certain body, grow up relating to lesbianism, realize that that body doesn't exactly feel right and they're a boy, and still be a lesbian. You don't get it. That's fine, but just don't get it quietly. You don't have to go around saying this kind of stuff and invalidating people who are a part of your community, and historically always have been. Okay, so I ignored this question at first because you're not a lesbian. And to be honest, I have no issue in debating the complex nuances of lesbianism with somebody who's literally not one of us. Like, what do you know? So to be clear, this is not a debate. I'm telling you things because you don't know anything about lesbianism because, again, you're not one. You poked and prodded at me to answer this question, though, so I will do it. I don't know. I'm pretty involved with, like, queer community, queer news, queer events, and I have never ever heard of this happening. I have never met a person who was born in a body that was gendered man, who still identifies as a man, and who says, yes, lesbianism is my experience. So to me, this question is coming across as really disingenuous. I don't think you're curious about this because it's not you definitely don't know because you're not a lesbian, and my answer is that I don't know because I'm not a cis man. If one day this conversation really did happen, a cisgender man sat down and said, I genuinely think I am a lesbian. These are my people and I'm one of you. I wouldn't do what you're doing, which is tell him that he's stupid and wrong. I would sit down and I would say, tell me about that. Tell me about your experience. Because I have never met somebody like you before and I think this is fascinating.
I love the way it feels to be a hater. Something so sweet about.
Did you ever notice how the model minority myth is only ever weaponized in one direction to harm black people? When black people are being compared to Asian Americans, then the hard work ethic and the emphasis on education are values that Asian Americans possess that black people need to aspire to. But when white people are compared to Asian Americans, suddenly those same values are described as toxic. Black parents are told that they need to put more emphasis on education and discipline the way Asian American parents do, but with respect to white parents, suddenly Asian Americans are abusive, authoritarian tiger parents. And black students are told that they need to study harder the way Asian American students do, but with respect to white students, suddenly it's unfair that they have to compete with the overachieving, nerdy Asian American students who lack social skills and were raised by the abusive, authoritarian tiger parents. And this is because the model minority myth is not something that was invented by Europeans about Asians. It is something that was invented in the United States about Asian Americans so that the United States could rehabilitate its reputation after the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II and to justify continued discrimination against black people. Because according to the model minority myth, what black people do is never enough, and what Asian Americans do is too much, because we live by a standard of just white.
Remind me of your gender again? Right, you're a boy. These are for girls.
If you guys want to know what a hearing aid sounds like, this is what a hearing aid sounds like.
About 3 feet away from the microphone of the hearing aid, and there is no noise in the background. For the hard of hearing student in the regular classroom, this ideal listening condition rarely exists. Here at the maximum distance from the hearing aid, notice that you have an extremely difficult listening situation.
So for my people who are like, why do you sign if you have hearing aids? You can hear. That's why.
News had a lot to say about the Trump indictment. So if you don't watch Fox News, here are 5 totally real and definitely not desperate legal theories you might have missed this week. Oh, so it's a crime to follow legal advice now?
They're charging him with the crime of taking bad legal advice.
Trump was seeking legal advice.
Essentially criminalize bad legal advice.
It turns out if the advice you're following is commit crime, yeah, that's a crime.
Never feels like they have the best lawyers.
I don't get how you can try Donald Trump for defrauding the United States when all he did was simply defraud the United States.
It's a crime to ask Pence not to certify?
Bro, listen to yourself for like 1 second.
I wonder if Pence would agree that that was a crime.
There is still good reason to believe 2020 was stolen, okay?
He still believes the election was stolen, and he has good cause to believe so.
Damn, that's crazy. You should bring that evidence to a Trump-appointed judge and see what they say. This trial is rigged. They're gonna make us bring evidence and proof that the election was stolen.
Are we going to now have to go back and find fraud in the 2020 election? Is this now what we're going to go relitigate?
What have you guys been doing for the last 3 years?
This is the criminalization of disinformation.
This is criminalizing thought. How are you going to prove that Donald Trump didn't believe the election lies he was spewing?
So I don't understand how you can actually prove this or read his mind.
Just spitballing here. Probably the same way they proved you didn't believe the election lies you were spewing. I'll see you on Friday for next week's recap, because as we can all see, Fox never learns its lesson, even when it costs $800 million.
So this is love. So this is love. So this